Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all okay. We're just going to do the first few minutes of letting everyone log on. So just if you're on, just get some water and get ready to do some nice 6 months plus exercise. But we're just going to wait for a few people to log on, okay? So good afternoon, we're probably going to get going pretty soon, just giving it that time because obviously Facebook takes a bit to get everyone notified that we're going live, so hopefully it'll be quite soon. There we go, we've got some people logging in now. Good afternoon. So today you need one weight and a resistant band of some kind, so that can either be, I think we discussed like a pair of tights, pair of leggings, anything like that, that you can use as your resistant band for the bit on our glutes that we do after our main exercises. And then you just need one weight. So if you are further along than 6 months postpartum and you feel that you have recovered further, then you can use 2 weights for this because we're going to be doing a shoulder press with it, but 1 weight is plenty for today if you're at that earlier stage. So this is more focused on getting our heart rate higher, making sure we're still doing safe exercises for postnatal, and that we are focusing on areas of strength that we need to keep strong being a mother and while we're still recovering. So even 6 months you're still going to be recovering an element, so we need to make sure that we are bringing all those changes into the class. Now, if you are having any pain at all due to the birth of your child, or you have any injuries, then I'd rather you sit it out. But obviously this is completely up to you. I'm not there in the room with you. You have to make those decisions. But just want to make sure that everyone is following the guidelines and making sure they are nice and safe when we're doing our exercises, okay? Right, so we've got quite a few logged on now, so we're going to get going. So the first thing we're going to do is our normal, nice warm-up. Hopefully the light will be fine on here, just moving away to make sure that it is right. I've added an extra bright light up there, so hopefully it will work quite nicely. So yeah, let's get going. So 1 weight, a resistant band, 2 weights if you want to push the shoulder presses a little bit more, but obviously very focused on that core engagement because we're going to be doing it out of a lunge, so we need to be kept balanced, which is why I'm saying just 1 weight for today. Okay, we're going to be progressive, we're going to be moving on week, but this week we're just going to get used to these movements. Alright, and if you don't want to use a weight at all, if you are at that point of presently thinking, actually no, I don't want to use a weight, I'll put that down, put it down and just use your arms. We can easily just use our arms. Hi, are you okay? Nice to see you. So yeah, if you all want to just get your equipment ready and we'll get going. So first things first, let's start our warm-up. Nice marching on the spot for me, please. So make sure we're making sure that upper body is nice and straight, our core is nice and engaged, and we're just bouncing on those feet, warming up. Just getting it nice and warm. So get some music on in your house. I haven't got any on here, so you can hear me clearly, and also to help with copyright and stuff like that. So make sure you've got some nice music on, stepping forward slightly and back, just warming it up. Now I want those knees to come up a little bit higher, just a little bit higher, just warming up, remember. It's very warm in my homemade studio this afternoon. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going into light squats now. So I'm always going to be focusing on that breath still. So as you go down into the squat, breathe in and breathe out as you come up. We're not doing full squats, we're just going into that nice movement. Warming everything up, our knees, our hips. Make sure those joints are all moving nicely and equal. Make sure those knees don't go over your toes. Looking forwards, shoulders back. Brill. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we need to step back into the lunge. So we're going to step back. We're going to drop down, just a half lunge, up and down, making sure that front knee isn't going over the front, over your toes. There we go. Control that breath to control your balance, and swap sides. Brilliant. That's it. Just pulling yourself up and down, nice and controlled. Focus on the point on the wall. If you need to, you can always use the wall or anything to kind of keep you nice and stable. Brilliant. Okay, some nice wrist rotations now. So round we go, one way and now the other way. Just making sure we're getting everything nice and warm. Then we're going to do our arms, so I want some big arm rotations for me. Forwards first of all, 3, 2 and 1, and then backwards. That's a nice stretch, that one going backwards. 3, 2 and 1. Okay, we're just going to do a few mobility stretching, so just make sure those muscles are nice and warm. So first I want to do our arms, as we've just done some rotations. I want you to push forwards. Excellent, just opening up those shoulder blades, making sure those hips are nice and neutral. We're not leaning forwards in any way, the back's nice and straight. And backwards. So we're really squeezing those shoulder blades together. Making sure that you're pushing them forwards. Hi Jessie, okay? So really squeezing them together, opening up that chest, lift that chin up. Really important one at the moment, sitting down quite a lot like this, aren't we? Okay, and then up to the sky, stretching up high, really high. Some nice deep breaths while you're stretching, and then we're going to go over to one side. Make sure those knees aren't looking out. Back to the middle, and over to the other side. Brilliant, well done for you guys logging on. Keep that warm up going. Okay, make sure we're nice and loose there. Now, just do our legs very quickly. So I want you to step back as if you're going into the lunge position, but we're just pushing that back leg. So that back leg's nice and straight. Front leg's got a bend in it, and we're stretching that calf out, okay? Again, neutral upper body. Keep that chin nice and high. And then swap over. So make sure you can feel that stretch right in your calf, the back of your lower leg. Try not to push those hips forwards while you do this. Keep them nice and neutral. Brilliant. Then we're just going to do our hamstrings, just a quick one on hamstrings. So to save you with your back, because obviously reaching down like this, you know, it's, a lot of people put the curve in their back. So we're going to put our heel down, our toes up. This leg's nice and straight, this leg's got a slight bend in it. Push your bum back and keep your back nice and flat. Pushing on this leg with those hands, chin up looking forwards. You'll feel the stretch all down the back of your leg. Lovely. Okay, let's swap over. Just holding it there. Lovely. Okay, a bit of a shake out. Then we're going to get ready to go. So, one weight is all we need for this workout in the main one. Hi Fiona, you okay? And we're just going to go first of all with the squats. We're going to get that heart rate up, and the squat, let me just get this going so I can see what my heart rate's doing as well. We're going to do a nice squat with a knee to elbow. Okay, so we're going to go wide, and as we squat down, we come up, together, up, together. Now if you're finding that your balance isn't quite there with that one, obviously I know we're doing the 6 months plus, but if you're just if you're going down and you're too wobbly coming back up, nice simple squats, okay? There's always an alternative. Down, breathe out, get those arms involved, okay? But if you want to add that power and you want to add that level up of difficulty, add knee to elbow, okay? You don't have to go full knee to elbow, but even getting closer. So I always find that one side for me, because of an injury, it's a bit harder to actually reach. But you need to judge it, all right? So that's our first exercise. We're going to do 40 seconds of that exercise. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I want to squat down and touch, squat down and touch. Breathing in and out, in and out. That's it. Okay, this is first one. Got quite a lot of getting our heart rate up today. Brilliant. Okay, we do this all the time. These squats, we need to keep those glutes strong. Keep those shoulders back. Really conscious of what your body's doing, okay? But remember the reduction. Remember the Easier option is not doing the knee to elbow. 7 seconds. Don't forget that breath. So stop there for me. I think my connection went a bit funny. Next one is we're doing a lunge with a shoulder press. So I'm going to give you an alternative. I'm going light today. Now, just a normal lunge. We're going to stick to the one side. So, ignore my timer, I'll retime it. We go down into the lunge, and you can do this without a weight or with a weight. Down into the lunge, down we go, and then you would press with your arms. Press with your arms, okay? But if you want to add that weight, we're going to lunge, and we're going to press with those arms, okay? You have to really concentrate, and you need to make sure that you're engaging that core, and that you are pushing that weight under control. Okay, we're going to stay on one side, and then swap halfway through. So, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Get into that lunge position, and press up and down, up and down. Breathing in and out, in and out. Just keeping it going. Really conscious of how controlled you are. And swap sides. Down we go. You may find it easier on one side than you do the other. Go at your pace. You go faster than me, slower than me, completely up to you. As long as it's under control, okay? Brilliant, stop there. Okay, the next exercise we're doing is a press up. So if you're already doing full press ups, you know where you're at. We've got the option of doing a half, a box, or on the wall. I reckon being 6 months plus, most of you are going to be doing either a box or a half. So I'm going to demo those. If you are doing on the wall, I want you to make sure that your hands are equal distance apart. Push down and come back up. Make sure that, I can't do it without leaning on something. Make sure that body stays in a straight line. Now, if you're doing a box, we're in a 4-point contact. Gap between knees. You breathe in and out. And you come back up. And then if you want to advance that, if you feel that your core is stronger, if you are further than 6 months, you go down into a half plank. Okay, feet flat on the floor. You make sure you're not doing this or up too high. Just at the point where you can feel that core pressure. Engage the core, breathe in. So you can see I didn't go very far at all. That's all you need to do. If you want to go lower and you can feel that your core can take it, go lower. Okay, so we're going to get going. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. And if you want to do full, you know where you're at with those, so I'll let you get on with those yourself. Okay, the breath is important. Breathing in as we go down, controlled, and then up. That's it. Come on, let's keep these going. Get the shoulders really working in this workout today. Making sure that core is engaged at all times, okay? Especially as you're coming back out of it, that's what we want. We want to be putting pressure on the core, but not excess pressure, okay? So 3, 2, 1, stop there. Okay, we're now going to do a burpee, but a modified burpee, okay? So I'm hoping I've got enough room. We are going to step it. Now, if you know how to do a burpee and you feel ready to do it, then do a burpee, okay? If you feel that your pelvic floor can take it and that your core can take it and your joints can, then please feel free. But if you don't, I'm giving you the alternative. So we're going to step down, hands down, we step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll come up, okay? So I want everyone in this class to be able to come up if you can. And if you want to advance it, 1, 2, 3, and you come up. So you can add little bits as you go. Then you can go down and you could, if you felt comfortable enough, jump, jump, and up. Okay, and then if you feel super confident that your pelvic floor has recovered and you're strong enough, add that extra jump in at the end, okay? So we're not doing down to the floors, but you can add those extra bits in. So if everyone's ready, I'm going to do the step. I'm going to show everyone the step one. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we come up. Okay, stretching all the way up. Make sure you're balanced as you're stepping back. 30 seconds to go. Okay, if you feel up to it, add that jump. Okay, and even add the one at the end. Completely up to you. Lovely, where are we at? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Well done everyone, that's one round done. Get yourself some water. Got a 35-second rest now. We'll do it again, okay? It is hard work in here without that door open. I hope you lot are outside, I tell you. It is gorgeous out there. I'm going to be very envious of everyone who's outside. If you are outside and at the end you want to take a quick picture of your workout space, just chuck it in the comments on here, just to make me jealous really. It'd be really good to see you guys, what your workout space is like as well. So we're going to go back to the squats in 3, 2, 1, off we go, toes pointing out, down, back up. Add that knee to elbow if you feel that you can. Always want to give those alternatives because everyone's recovery is different, everyone's strength is different. But want to make sure that you're getting what you want out of this. That's it, where are we at? 15 seconds. Let's keep pushing it, let's keep going. Not going to be as much talking between exercises this time, so rests are going to be shorter. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Lunges with that shoulder press. With or without weights. No weights, 1 weight, 2 weights, depending on how stable you are. I'm going to go with my 1, my nice 3K today. Okay, step back so you're ready for that first lunging. It's lunge pulses. Get yourself in position. And off we go. Breathe in and out. 10 more seconds on this side. That breathing is so important to give that reconnection with your core and the rest of your body, to be aware of exactly what your body's doing. And swap sides. Down we go. Come on, just keep it going. I know you're starting to feel it, I am. And 3, 2, 1, weights down. Okay, so it's press up of your choice. I'm not there to push anyone in that regard, but you know what level you're at, and I want to make sure that that tummy is having an element of pressure, but is not having excess pressure, alright? So, box is perfectly fine, still at 6 months, and off we go, half. Press ups are tough, okay? Go at your pace, at your level. I'm going to go into box to show you that one again. Always breathing up, breathing out as you come up. Just making sure that breath is pushing you back up. Engaging that core as you come up. In and engage. And engage. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Everyone on your feet, nice and gently, remember to come up together. Right, are we ready? Feel that there's a heater right here because this is a patio door. Whew. Modified burpee. Okay, let's do this. Remember your level, whether you're stepping it out or you're adding that extra, those gentle jumps. Off we go, ladies. 40 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up we go. Make sure you're putting that weight over those hands, okay? That's it. Keeping the control, okay? I don't want to see burpees all over the place. Keep going, we've got 15 seconds. You need to keep these controlled, alright? That's the deal with me including them, is that you keep them controlled. Nearly there. Gotta be 2 and 1. Last one. Back up. Oh, that was a poor effort for me, that one. Okay, we've got 35 seconds rest now. Get that water on board. I know I need to. Okay. Ooh, 20 seconds to go. 20 seconds rest. Awesome resting. That's the final set, alright? Nice final set. This is your last set, okay? Remember, this time is short. It's a short exercise session, but it's precious to you, okay? And we know that, so we're making sure we fit it all in. So in 5 seconds, we're going to go. Make this one count, okay? And off we go. Down, together if you can. Keeping those shoulders back as you do it. Crunching that core together. Good. That's it, everyone. That breath will keep you balanced. Get those knees up. Obviously, if you've got any pulling, something doesn't feel right, please stop. You know that by now. I say it all the time. And 4, 3, 2, last lift. Done. Okay, no more of those. Lunge with the shoulder press. Get that weight ready. Ooh, okay, 10 seconds. Come on. We can do this. Get into position. If you don't feel like, if you're stepping back too far, you can just bring that back foot closer to you so it's more of a dip in that way. Off we go. Down, press. Breathe in and out. In and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap legs. Keeping it there. Lovely. Down we go. Staying on that one side just to promote more stability rather than throwing in alternatives at this stage. We're going to progress into those, okay? But staying on that one side, building that strength, building that core balance, and you're done on those. Weights down. Okay, press ups, come on. Box, half, full, or even wall. Up to you. Got your options there. It's your last set. If you're wanting to push it, this is the point to do it, okay? But make sure that core is engaged. I can't express it any harder. Off we go. Press ups get easier with time and practice, okay? That's what I tell myself all the time. And if you want to lift your feet up like this, if you feel that it is a slight advancement, please do. Just make sure you're not overshooting the mark. Core engaged. 3, 2, 1. Stop there. Okay, up on your feet. Last main exercise. Burpee. So we're going to go down onto that mat. You can either step it, mix of step and jump, or jump it, okay? Or depending on your pelvic floor, your joints, your recovery. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Okay, that's your full. Everyone, just do what you feel right. What you feel is right. Make sure that bum's coming down. Core's still engaged. It's not dropping down though. Lovely. 15 seconds. Come on, keep it going. Let's keep it going. Make this workout count, ladies. And you're done. Well done. Okay, get some water on board and then we're going to do some glute work. And I'm going to get my breath back. So, we are doing the same as what the 0 to 6 did on Monday, but we're going to add some holds and some pulses into it. So we're just lifting it up that level, okay, that level of strength. So, if you have a resistant band, I want you to put it on above your knees, okay? If you don't worry, it's not a problem. I'm just going to move you back a little bit, so then you should be able to see me a bit clearer. You'll gain more strength from using the resistant band, or pair of tights, pair of leggings, whatever you can get hold of, okay? So if you look, it's a stretchy piece of material. That's what you want. It doesn't have to be one of these fabric ones. It can be the long rubber ones as well, or the loop ones. They are back in stock, I think, on some stockists, so if people wanted to get hold of them. They are there. I think they might be a little bit more expensive than normal. But again, you can do this exercise. You can do all of my exercises with no equipment at all. You don't have to use anything. And you can use stuff at home. So I want you, your upper body nice and straight, with a nice kick in your legs, so your feet kick back. What we're going to do is something called a clam. So you can have your hand here, or you can have it on the floor to stabilise yourself. But if you find yourself rocking back, like that, I don't want you going it too far. So if you get to there, and your pelvis is going backwards, stop at that point, okay? We want to get to about here. We want our feet to stay together. We want to get to about there. I can feel that burning in my bum now, okay? In a good way. But my hip hasn't turned over. My pelvis is still there. Still nice and solid, okay? What we're going to do, 50 seconds on each side. So we're going to do 30 seconds continuous. Up, down, keeping that pelvis as still as you can, getting those glutes to work rather than adding the rotation. Then we're going to do some holds. So a hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? They're quite hard to keep your pelvis still. So if you feel that that is too much, I want you to just keep doing the standard pulses, okay? Right, let's do it. We've got these, we're going to do left side and right side, then we're going to do some donkey kicks in the same format. So, 3, 2, make sure that elbow's directly into that shoulder, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Feet together, 1. Let's go. Your pace, remember, you don't have to go as fast as me, or you don't have to go as slow as me. I'd rather you not go much faster than me though, just because you want that control. So if we're just doing this, those feet aren't staying together, are they? Always keeping the tension in the resistant band, whatever you're using. Okay, and in a couple of seconds we're going to hold. And 3, 2, 1, hold it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. And again, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down, and we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Okay, swap over. Other side. Okay, let's get going. Get into position. And in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. 50 seconds. Pausing it. Make sure those feet are aligned. Mine weren't quite then, so let's make sure they are. And over I go. You see how easy it is to tip over. I went too far at that point. Always keeping the tension here. Controlled breathing, nice and gentle breathing. Make sure you're still breathing into that tummy, not up high. Okay, 2, 1, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Okay, I'm going to go on to all fours now. So band's still in the same place. Now with these, you can take the band off. If it's too hard, if you've got one that's a bit hard, take it off if you feel that it's too much after those clams, okay? So we're going to do donkey kicks, standard. We're going to go up. Now I want that foot, that heel flat, okay? So we're going to go and I'm going to shout the holds and the pulses. Same concept. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Heel flat. Now what I want you to make sure with this one, doesn't matter if you're postnatal or not, anyone can do these, but you need to make sure you're not rocking over onto the other hip, okay? That will cause all sorts of problems and misalignment. We need to keep those hips nice and stable to get the most out of it. And if you're feeling that you are, stop before you rock over. So 3, 2, 1, back up and hold, foot nice and flat, 3, 2, 1, back down, up we go again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back down, up and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Last exercise. Other leg. Off we go. Same thing. So you may find it easier on one side than the other. It's quite common to have one glute stronger than the other, a dominant side. So that's why doing isolated stuff is really, really helpful, because you're strengthening both of them separately. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to go into the hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Make sure you're all aligned. Up we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Okay. We are done. Take those off for me. Do some nice stretching now, ladies. So, down onto the mat. I want you to open those knees, walk yourself forwards, lying yourself down on the floor. Now, if you're finding I've got a cramp in my toe, that's why I'm wiggling around. If you're finding that you're forward like this, but your bum is right up in the air, just push yourself backwards, okay? That head doesn't have to go all the way to the floor. It's quite nice too. Feels lovely. But if you're only stretching forwards, your bum will come up, okay? We don't want that. We want that bum on those heels. Or as close to as you can get. Okay. From there, we're going to come up, but we're going to move one leg forwards. I'm going to use the wall just for a bit of stability. And be on that knee there, okay? Nice deep breaths. We're going to tilt. So we're going to go posterior to central. So pushing that bum out, back to middle, then forwards. Okay? Make sure we're doing pushing it forwards, pushing our pelvis forwards, so that we can't go. Because what I don't want you doing in this stretch, okay, I'll show you what I don't want, is this. Really forwards like that, okay? We want that hip to really choose a wall for a bit of stability today. I want those hips, so you find your central point, so you go back and forwards, central point, then push forwards. So you see my leg goes forwards as well. And it's just to put your hands on the top of your thigh here and press down. So you can see my upper body nice and straight. Okay, it's not leaning forwards. I've still got a really good stretch in my hip and my hamstrings, quads as well. You can feel it a little bit on the other side as well. Holding it there. Try not to grip with your toes. Try and keep them nice and relaxed. Okay, let's swap over. So same thing. Walking forwards. Tilt those hips back, bum forwards. That's it, then you're stuck, not stuck, you're locked in kind of a position then, which is lovely, but you can just put a little bit more weight through. Just need to make sure you're feeling that stretch. The body's nice and straight. Brilliant. Okay, come back to seated. Want those feet together. Close as you can. Now, if you feel that your hips are feeling great, then I want you just to add a slight rock into it, okay? So we're mainly doing the inside of our legs here, but also just kind of rocking back and forth on that pelvis. And then I want you to keep it equal now. So nice and equal on both glutes. Drop those knees as low as they will go, okay? Keeping those feet there, keep those shoulders back, looking forwards. Some nice deep breaths. Your workout's done, well done. Okay, one leg forwards for me. Reach down to those toes. Now, if you've got your resistant band to hand, then you can always loop it over and pull it back, okay? And that will keep your upper body nice and straight. So if you are getting any kind of back pain or anything like this, it's a lovely leg stretch. But if you're flexible enough, you feel like you can, go forwards to your foot. Holding it there. Brilliant. Okay, swap over. backwards. One side's normally tighter than the other. You can guess which side mine is. This side, always. Can't quite reach down as far. Okay. And now I'm going to do both legs together. Same concept with the resistant band if you want to do that. And reaching down. So my back hasn't got a curve in it, and that's what I want you guys to not have. It's rotating, I'm leaning forwards, but my back is as straight as I can keep it. Brilliant. Oh, it's such a nice stretch, this one. Okay, so hopefully you haven't got babies in arms, and in that case, what I want you to do, I want you to lie on your back. Oh, that feels nice. One leg up, put this one across, and then hands through, and pull this leg back towards you. So feel that stretch in our glutes, down our ITBs and a bit in our hamstrings. Just make sure you're not pulling it too close towards you. So it's mine, I'm just checking it is vertical, yes. Lovely. Okay, swap over. Again, you'll always probably find a difference in your sides, especially as mothers, because we're picking up children mainly on one side, most are on their left side. You're picking up children on that side, so one side becomes way more dominant, but also becomes way more tight. So you need to just always equally stretch, or even stretch the side that is tight for a little bit longer if you can. So take these stretches away from this workout and get them into your day-to-day. So we're going to come up. Okay, I want you to do arms. So we're going to go forwards. So interlink those fingers, pushing out, stretching out those shoulder blades. Some nice deep breaths. I cannot wait to get out in the garden this afternoon with a nice drink out in the garden, an iced coffee I think this afternoon. I've been good. I only had half a cup of tea today, cutting my caffeine down definitely at the moment. Okay, I'm going to go backwards now. So again, squeezing those shoulder blades, pushing those shoulders back, chin up, opening that chest. Lovely stretch this one. Really nice one to do first thing in the morning. Excellent. A few more seconds. Okay, I'm going to go up and stretch upwards. And hold it up, and then we're going to go over to the side, okay? And over we go. That's it. And back to centre, and over to the other side. Back to centre. Roll those shoulders back, and roll them forwards. Okay, so that's our stretching done. We're going to do a little bit of seated pelvic floor today, okay? So I haven't really done these in this class, but we're going to keep it very short because I want you to do these more in your own time than in the class, because we are quite short on time, and I've got a little chat afterwards about posture with carrying your baby and pushing your pushchair. So it is the same as what we talked about on Monday, but I figured obviously having a 0 to 6 weeks to 6 months class and a 6 months plus, we would have different people, okay? So hopefully it'll be of interest to you and you can stay on and have a listen. So we're going to just sit nice and relaxed, keep our shoulders down. We're only going to do a couple of slow pelvic floor today, so we'll do 3. So what I want you to do is try and think about stopping wind. Okay, so we're going to go just very basic. Obviously I'm not talking about the anatomy in here, could talk about it for hours and hours, but we're just going to go with trying to visualise and physically stop wind, and then bringing your pelvic floor forwards towards your pubic bone. So it's more of a forwards and then an up motion. Okay, so try and visualise that in your mind, and then we're going to just take a nice deep breath in. Keep the shoulders relaxed all the way into our tummies, and then as you breathe out, I want you to think about stopping wind. Off we go. So stop that wind, you'll feel that pelvic floor engage, moving forwards, bring it forwards to the pubic bone. Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice deep breath in. And again, breathe out. Think about that stopping wind, pulling it towards your pubic bone, just at the front here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out and engage. So stopping that wind, bringing that pelvic floor forwards, holding it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And nice deep breath in. Make sure you fully release that pelvic floor. Give yourself a bit of a wiggle if you need to, and just let that pelvic floor release. Okay, so we've only done 3 there. So I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to be able to get to 10 of those. I'm not going to push it. It should be like 2-3 times a day, but try and do it at least once a day. Okay, because if you haven't been doing it at all, doing it at least once a day is better than not doing it at all. Okay, so grab yourself a nice drink, and then we are going to just have a quick chat. I'm going to come over there and have a little bit of chat about posture. Okay, well done everyone if you are jumping off at this point. Hope you enjoyed the session. Drop some comments in the bottom if you want to. Drop those pictures if you've got them. And have a good day. Right, so let's have a little chat about posture. Now, I forgot my assistant. Okay, so I've left my assistant in the other room, which isn't very helpful. What could I use instead? I'll use a pot and try not to drop it. So, this is your baby. I did have a fox on Monday, but we're going to use a pot today. Now, a lot of people will hold their babies here, and they will move their hips forwards. Okay, they'll go into that position quite quickly. Now, doing that, our pelvis is pushed right forwards. We're stretching out those abdominals. We're compressing this back here, and it's not comfortable. It is to a level, but I don't find that comfortable now. Maybe as a newborn, because everything was weak, that happens when everything is weaker from having a baby. So what the other option, the other type of posture that people do holding a baby is back like that, like I'll just push my bum back and release my back a little bit. Okay, that's not comfortable either long term. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about long term. So I completely understand at 3 in the morning when your baby is not sleeping and you're stood there going, oh, come on, go to sleep. It's really, really tough at that point to actually remember and get those muscles to switch on and get you to engage that core, push those hips back to neutral. So what I want you to try and do is just connect that breath with it. So something we talk about quite a lot in postnatal fitness is the breathing all the time. So what I want you to think about is as you're holding your baby here and you go forwards, and you can feel you doing it because it's actually kind of a bit of a relief as well. You take a nice deep breath in, shoulders relax. As you breathe out, you engage that core. And there we go. You're in a nice neutral position. Okay? Hips aren't forward, sorry. Hips aren't back. We're nice and neutral right in the middle. And you can see when you look in the mirror, that's another bit of homework for you. I want you to find your central point of your pelvis. Forwards, back, central. Nice and controlled. So your core, to keep you there, needs to work. It does need to work, which is why we so easily do this, because then our core doesn't need to work. So that's something really, really important, and making sure that we are central. We're not putting too much pressure on different areas of our body while we're holding our baby. And the same goes for when you pick your baby up, and you pick a baby up and you do that. And it's very easy with a newborn who's up here to then to affect your balance. So that sounds a bit weird, because you affect your balance because they're up high, so your shoulders are going back. I know I'm over exaggerating there, but that's what happens when what you need to do is just hold them there, engage that core, nice gentle breaths. And if it's too much, try and sit down. Move the baby to a more central position where you can. Okay, we've got a chest. It's a perfect place for our baby's head. Perfect place, and you can hold your baby a lot lower. Okay, and that does work that core more and that back, but we want to strengthen it. Okay, so that's a short snippet about holding babies. You'll hear that at 3 in the morning when you're rocking a baby. Going, come on, go to sleep. Go sleep. Oh, I need to sort my core out. I know it's very low on a priority when you're in that situation, but it is so important just to try and keep that core. So we're not not necessarily further damage, but delaying of that recovery. And we want to be fit and healthy, and we want to be fit and healthy for our babies and not getting those aches and pains. And obviously there are a lot of aches and pains after you've had a baby, so you want to try and minimise them. Now, I'm going to use this chair. And this is about pushing buggies. So my buggy is actually outside. I said on Monday it was in the garage. It's not, it's actually outside, which isn't great. A real common thing to do when you push a buggy. So that's how you should. Nice and neutral, remember? Hips forward, hips back, central. Nice and neutral. Balance those shoulders. Now, a lot of people, when they are going up a hill with a buggy, me included in those first few months, until I sorted myself out, is you do this. So you go forwards, your arms go up, your bum goes back, and you push your buggy up there. Bear in mind, I live up a very, very big hill, so I have to do this. I was doing this quite a lot. Then you need to make sure, instead of doing that and just putting all that pressure on that upper body, letting that core not do anything, that back's taking the weight. Oh, this hill's really hard, I can't get up it. Pull that chair, hug it tight, okay? So I want you to hug that chair, hug that buggy, that handle tight. So mine would be a lot higher than this, obviously this chair's there. But you want that buggy close to your abdominals, close to your hips is where you want it, okay? Your hips are a very powerful part of your body. So you want that buggy close to your hips. And then so make sure that you're lengthening your body through your spine, that you're nice and tall, holding that buggy. And then I want you to just push forwards with your hips. So as you step forwards, you're driving with those hips, rather than driving with those arms, which is then what that happens. Excuse the squeaking of the chair. You want to drive with the step and the hip, okay? So you drive as you go up. You keep the buggy there and you drive as you go up the hill. It's very hard to demo with a chair, I have to say. I will demo in future with my buggy. You are driving forwards with that hip, and then you can make sure that you're getting to where you want to with that drive as you go forwards. Engaging that core, make sure that core is engaged. If I'd had a pound for every time I say that. Make sure that buggy. So, top tips. Handlebars close to hips. You drive, you lengthen that spine, you make sure you're nice and straight through the spine, all central. And then as you step forward, you drive with your pelvis rather than your arms pushing it. You'll find it a lot easier on your arms, a lot easier on your back, and your core will be connecting and working as you're moving, which your core does constantly to move you everywhere that you're doing. Your core has to work, but it's very easy when pushing a buggy for that not to happen. Okay, so if anyone has any questions about that, drop it in at the bottom. Send me a message on Babi Active or on the other business page. On Squidges and Squats, completely up to you, but mainly on Babi Active would be better, please. And then we can give you any more tips as me and another trainer who can get back to you about these types of things, all right? So, top tips, making sure there's that pelvis, forwards, back, central. We want to be central all the time. We don't want to be anterior or posterior. We want to be central, okay? Nice and neutral. A lot of people call it neutral. I'll say that as I'm exercising, keeping it neutral. And then with the buggy, close to those hips. We want to be hugging those hips with the buggy. And we want to be driving forwards with that pelvis, core engaged, spine lengthened, upper body nice and straight as you can get it, okay? Really important for that, because otherwise you'll avoid hills because they're really hard, and actually they are really, really good for your body. As a full body workout, pushing a buggy up a hill, if you have recovered properly, is really good in the right way, because we're using every muscle we have, okay? So have a lovely day. It is actually warmer than it has been the past few days, so that's great. Get outside as much as you can if you've got a garden, or get out for your government approved walk. What did we do yesterday? We did a little nature hunt yesterday. Just wrote a list of things that I knew we were going to see on a walk, rather than having any disappointment or spending a long time out trying to find them. Yeah, that's quite a nice thing to do. Or if your baby is tiny, just speaking to them about what you can see and what you're doing. Get outside. That's what we need to do at the moment, definitely. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. See you next week. Bye for now.